And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Smudcast number 652. Konosuba isn't funny. All right, that's already a good title to start with. It's a controversial opinion, considering Konosuba is a popular show, and it is the parody version of the isekai genre. It's probably the best parody isekai I've seen, and it sticks to its roots. It doesn't deviate from that. It's always slapstickish kind of comedy that pokes fun at just about not every trope, but every trope they could fit in within a narrative that makes sense. So you're sitting in this world watching a parody, but it's actually solid, and the characters are so over the top. It's okay, this is comedy, we get it. We don't have to take it too seriously. So to bring some background into Konosuba and its popularity, I think it came out in 2015 or 2016, which had 2 seasons. So that's when you have 2 seasons, that means you're successful. So the first shot is like, oh, we like you, do some more, and they pay the designers and the developers who make this thing to do it again. It then had one main movie, which was focused on the character of Megumin, one of the top 4 main characters. I don't know why everyone loves her, but I get the comedy behind her. So
she is the sanest one of the girls.
Yes, I guess so. I guess that would
be the combustion.
It's probably like the most recognizable insane. Too.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. It depends on. I think Aqua's probably the most. Like whenever I see other manga that have an Aqua-like character, it's like, oh, that's Aqua. Kind of like when you see Fate Stay Night, you always, oh, there's Saber. There's another chick.
Yeah, that's Saber. All right.
There's like 17 of them running around. Yeah, so it's it depends, but Megumin is definitely the least craziest. I don't know. Anyway, so she had a movie.
I'd say she's the least irrational.
Okay, there you go. So she had a movie made after her hometown. They go back and they visit everyone. Then we had, I talked about Isekai Quartet before the show. That had 2 seasons, and now a 3rd one has been announced. Then there was the Isekai Quartet movie, which came out last year.
It has a movie.
And now there's it's called Konosuba, An Explosion on This Wonderful World, and it's in its 3rd episode. It's just started this season. It's based off the background of Megumin. So she's really popular. And that's strange because I thought the other characters would have gotten the treatment as well. But people love Megumin. There's so much.
Oh, no, she's just... The big explosions are just too funny. And she's a play on Lena Inverse from Slayers, just up to 11.
Instead of Fireball.
Which is insane because Lena Inverse is already up to 11. So
I mean, like, explosions in Japan, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Right. So the original manga was popular. There's so much doujin out there. There's slash fics, and there's romance novels, not novels, but romance, like 4 panel short forms. Like there's one I'm reading. It's called I can't remember the exact Japanese title, but it's basically Kazumegu. So Kazuma and Megumin, they shortened. So Kazumegu will get married in 100 days. It's a 100 episode comic, of course. And each comic, they're just flirting. That's the whole story. They're flirting, and then they're flirting again, and then there's some discrepancy, and they're flirting again. That's all it is. It's a doujin. So people love making doujins about this. People like making fan art about this. It is typical fanboyism from Japan. People love the show. They like the drama. They like the comedy. It is, I dare I say, a ongoing popular show for the past 7 years. So I want to hear some arguments. I want some like in-depth jokes, like analysis of like the first joke, why the genre of isekai is silly, or the game mechanics are not funny, or whatever the argument is. I want to like nitty-gritty details why a joke doesn't work. So,
I bet she's just jealous of the girls.
Is it a she? Is that how we're watching as a female? I have no idea. I mean,
I'm just going by the name.
What is the name? Let's check it out. Mimi Yori from last year made this video. It has about 15,000 views. It's got 975 downvotes and 785 upvotes. So it's a bit over half less being liked. And for obvious reasons. I mean, this is a popular show. So I expect some bold arguments. I want some detail. For 10 minutes, I expect something that resembles an essay, please have 3 points and break them down. Please do not waste our time. Anyway. Oh, we got subtitles. Look out. Okay.
Wow.
And they're starting with a Giguk video, which is always fun. Here we go.
It's so popular. To its credit, there are Konosuba does right to make it funny, and having mentioned quite a lot before, the actual execution of most jokes are pretty top notch.
Konosuba is definitely one of, if not the absolute worst fucking show I've ever seen. It's
Then you have not seen Isekai Cheat Magician.
Oh, God. Let's not get into all the isekais. There's too many.
Seriously, she can't say that.
Redo of Healer. Like,
She
I
doesn't-
think that was just downright disgusting. Unless you're a
Yeah,
woman.
but at least it made you feel something.
It made me
Even if it
throw
was
up.
discussed. Isekai Cheat Magician makes you feel nothing.
Okay.
But just the title alone doesn't make me feel anything.
Yes, but so she knows nothing. Okay.
Yeah, there's plenty of them out there. I mean, I'm not going to list all the ones that I've watched and read, but Konosuba is perhaps the best in terms of
But
entertainment.
didn't like this person say that the absolute worst thing she ever saw? So it means that like it's not just the isekai genre, but like every single media that ever existed. I think that's quite an exaggeration.
Yeah, I don't know how much isekai this person has watched. I mean, Sword Art Online seems to pop up a lot. People mention that how much they hate it. A lot of people like it, but yeah, Cheat Magician pops up a lot too. There's the smartphone one that I've tried reading. I just got so bored. Like the manga is just like, oh, there's nothing here. Like there's nothing to keep me hooked. Whereas the jokes work so well in the comedy routine in Konosuba that you want to see the next episode. You want to see the next episode.
Mhm.
You want to keep going. That is
This is a
tough.
great delivery.
That is tough to do for comedy, for me at least, because I comedy's good, but I don't watch comedy. I like it as a side genre, not as a main genre. So it's tough. The one I also didn't like was I liked it as first because it was serious and it got stupid, which is Ari Fureta. This guy gets abandoned by all the summoning another world. He's useless. He has a useless skill, but he ends up becoming super powerful. He can craft stuff. He can make guns, and he saves a vampire chick or whatever the hell she is, and she keeps getting more chicks. And you're like, I don't care. This is stupid, boring stuff. So, but people love it. So there's something for them to watch the drama, but it's kind of lost its way. I don't like unfocused narratives, whereas Konosuba is funny all the time. Its focus is comedy. Anyway.
stupid, annoying, characterless, but worst of all,
Characterless.
Characterless. Darkness is characterless?
It's the single most boring piece of media I have ever consumed. Yeah, that's what the chick has said like 10 seconds ago. So like, why is she repeating herself?
Look, stupid and annoying are the character traits of some
But
of
it's
these
also
characters
characterless.
deliberately. Yeah. Oh god.
You know how we have characters who are quirky and they write that in the Marvel comics because they have, I don't know, a fascination with food. And
Did I just do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
In Konosuba, they're quirky to a fault, where it's like, so you're a masochist and a heavy knight, and you can't swing your sword for shit, and you're part of a rich family. It just keeps going and going, like all these ridiculous, silly.
You're a guinea pig and you smoke weed. Wow.
Like there's just enough for you to go, okay, I see where this is going, and it keeps the joke just keeps running. And yes, it is supposed to be ridiculous at times, but they still bring it down to reality, where they have to fight a battle and they get beaten up to death or near death. They got to drag everyone's body around. They got eaten by frogs again. They got to spit them out, or Megumin saves the day and everyone gets blown to hell. It's great. It's fantastic. Anyway, characterless, no.
the single most boring piece of media I have ever consumed.
You are joking.
Charmless.
She has seen nothing.
She has watched maybe The Wall and
The Wall.
Clouds. And she went, wow, clouds are fluffy. I like clouds. And then she saw this and went, yeah, darkness is too cute. I don't like cute girls.
I don't know what to say. You must be dead inside if you think Konosuba is boring.
You know what's the opposite of charming? Berserk. Berserk is not charming.
Hey, it is charming to me.
Do you like seeing a head being split in two in different angles? I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Look, Berserk has
I
wholesome
love
moments.
All right, I think the witch and the fairies are pretty cute, yeah. But it's not supposed to make you laugh, is what I'm trying to say. This is cute anime, and it's fun. It's not stupidly cute. It's not like, well...
Oh, it's just stupidly fun.
Stupidly fun is pretty more accurate, yeah. But no one is unattractive. No one is like, oh, let's not watch. This is boring me. No, and there's something to go on. Character-wise as well.
What do the W's always say? It's not made for you.
Oh, yeah. It's not made for someone without a soul, yeah. I want to know what her idea of character is and charm. I really do. No, not she's saying this. There's no character or charm. I'm like, really? All right.
Ikari Shinji.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, the most badass person ever.
Anyway.
Opposite charming. A word meaning exceptionally unpleasant, ugly, and
Ugly. You think
What?
this show is unattractive?
This script feels more like something out of Movie Bob, actually.
Yeah.
Like he keeps using like adjectives, and it just doesn't really sum up to anything.
Yeah, there's this wonderful show called Serial Experiments Lane. If you want to have ugly, unpleasant experiences,
Mm-hmm.
and you will be depressed by the end because you will feel nothing. You will sit there going, "What am I watching?"
Images.
And if you think that's cute, you have a problem. You're probably depressed yourself.
Lane is a lot of things, but cute is not one of them.
No, people like Lane.
Uh,
I get the appeal at the start, but after halfway, it just becomes nothing. Nothing. You sit there and like, what is going? Nothing is happening.
Well,
walks
it is
down
an
the street,
Experiment, but it's in the name that it's experimental.
Wow.
We couldn't see it coming, so.
All right. Anyway.
But she's that vicious. That
Oh no!
no. That was not supposed to be a pun. I'm just looking for words.
Fearless.
She must have a personal reason for hating the show.
Well, I think it's subjective as well, whether it's personal.
You don't rant like this about something you found boring.
Yes, I
Well,
agree.
maybe she just wants to be a contrarian. I think there's nothing less about that.
Grift for clicks.
I don't know.
Yes.
This is not the way to do it. If you
Maybe.
want to, think of who's a contrarian, like Razor Fist. He will say stuff that is like, why do you think that? And he'll give some obscure reasons, like, okay, that's rational, but that's a nitpick. That's like one little thing, and he'll blow it out like, oh well, Batman is just based off the Shadow. It's like, okay, fair, but that doesn't mean Batman sucks. That doesn't mean the story and the characters and the sequels and all the other things that came from Batman is a bad story. It just means that you like the original better. And that's kind of like the elitist argument. Like, oh, why, my version of Superman is better. Like the original is better than the spin-off or whatever. It's like, okay, fair. But that was in the 1930s. And they made 2 shows. And that was all we got. So no one's making that anymore for good reason. So you could live in that world and keep rewatching those. Those are great for you. But you have to evolve and listen as to why things are popular now and why people are interested in such things now. I can't just keep talking about Mass Effect all day. I can't. I physically can't. I've exhausted all my opinions. So to keep bringing that up is weird whenever we talk about another space opera. So
Yeah, I only bring up Isekai Cheat Magician because it's such a good example at a bad anime. Not because I care about it. It's rather the opposite. It's because I don't care about it that I wouldn't talk about it unless it is necessary here as an example. I would completely forget about its existence. There was I think the first time I tried to mention it, I had to dig up what that was called. If you find a show boring, that's what would happen. Not this seething rage that she has.
Yeah, I think she's exaggerating a bit, but
she's on her period. This is a women's thing.
that must be the answer. Yeah, okay. All right.
The perfect word for an anime that made me slump down in my desk chair, exhausted by the weight of the fact that I was forcing myself to watch 10 22-minute episodes, that each one felt like an hour of painful torture.
Really?
Am I being dramatic?
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm actually a very nice and positive person that rarely has anything to complain about, so...
Okay, anyone who says that about themselves is the opposite of that.
This is great.
Madoka is mid. Excuse me.
This is great. Anytime, I'm a very positive person. It's like, why did you even bring that up?
HIV positive in this.
I am nice and honest, and I don't like drama.
I like petting dogs and saying hello to my neighbors, and I'm very kind. And also, it's like, listen, honey.
I'm very trustworthy.
This is...
All of these things, if you say any of these things about you, the opposite is true.
This is like, I throw stones, but I'm really nice purple. I'm good to other people. It's like, okay, yeah. On weekends you're nice, every other day you're evil. Okay, we get it. Oh my God, guys, this is not how you build respect and rapport with your audience. I'm a nice person. Holy boy.
Miho with such a fiery passion is just a real testament to how awful it truly is. I am not over-exaggerating or using any hyperbole when I say I would rather skin myself.
No,
that is hyperbole. You are exaggerating.
I want to give her a knife and give her Konosuba. I'm like, which one would you like? Let's do it right now. Gun to your head, Konosuba or knife. Which one is... Let's skin yourself. Let's see how truthful those words are, honey. I hate when people say stupid shit like this. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'd skin myself alive. Like, really? I have the knife. Let's go.
Good luck.
Well, I'm not in acetone bath. Oh my God, I paused it too soon. Oh my God. Oh, jeez.
I would rather eat a nuclear bomb than... Yeah, right. It's totally not an exaggeration.
And take a bath in acetone, then rewatch season 1, and you don't even want to know what I would rather do to never ever ever begin to watch season 2. Something I believe would forever damage my pure virgin retinas.
Also, is it just me, or does it feel like she's talking to a toilet?
There's something...
that sound is just so bad. Like, what I'm thinking is that like she couldn't cancel out the echo, and instead just applied it, and now it cancels out her own voice.
It's like there's a rebound, like she's speaking in one direction, it's bouncing off into another microphone or something. It's weird.
Yeah, she is talking to a toilet.
She's talking through a toilet.
She's underwater.
Through a toilet?
No.
Like through the pipes?
She's the lady of the toilet.
Oh no, it's not over here.
Now this is curious because she says, I would forever damage my pure virgin retinas, which implies she hasn't seen much, if at all, anything.
Yeah, she has never opened her eyes.
So is this like a Berserk reference?
Oh no, I don't think so. She's never watched Berserk, right? So she can't possibly know.
God.
So
we can never know.
So this is a statement from ignorance. She's admitting, I don't know anything, but I really don't like this. It's like, okay.
I don't know, so I exist.
I don't think she knows what words mean.
Pure virgin retinas. Yeah. The retina.
Totally not an exaggeration. Mm-hmm.
Acetone. Yeah, that's not painful at all. I'll just dip my body in that. Go right ahead. Skin yourself alive while being dipped in acetone. Go right ahead.
I love the idea
that
of
amazing atheist guy like dip his balls in it.
Oh my God! Don't even.
I love the idea of just slowly walking towards her on the street, holding up a DVD of Konosuba.
Yeah, it's basically anathema to her existence. It'd be like, oh my god, it's Konosuba! Ah, run for the hills.
No, the funny Japanese woman. Ah.
Oh god. All right, she doesn't like Konosuba. We get it.
Yeah. Okay, so Megumin is cuter than her,
Oh yeah,
and everyone else has bigger boobs than her.
no question about that. Unless she's like 300 pounds, and then it's like, well, I mean, technically that would be a lot of body fat. So
You can be flat and
I have seen that. It is terrifying.
Yes. It is the worst combination.
Yeah. Here's Vladimir. Hey, Vlad, how you doing? I took 3 5-hour energy drinks. Wow. And that stuff sent me to the forbidden realm. I think you got to lay off the caffeine, my friend.
Yeah. You don't drink more. You get kidney stones. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Try some tea.
Seriously, that stuff gives you kidney stones if you drink too much.
Try
of it.
some tea. Has this weird, energetic, relaxing effect. It'll make you giddy but not stupid. So, anyway, a minute and a half we've been here. And
An hour? Oh God, no.
she's still saying how much she hates the show without giving us reasons. It's amazing.
Suba, despite being a comedy, has a very small arsenal of jokes at its disposal. There are like 3 main gags they do. Boobs, screaming, crying, and repetitive jokes.
No, slapstick. Every scene involves some element of the world, a game mechanic. We have the punching bag of Aqua. She's always doing something stupid. We have Darkness. She's always doing something to get herself hurt or to try to get herself married, I think. She's trying to...
It's a very strange version of Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's invincible. Like she has this really strong armor, but she can't swing a sword for anything. And she's really not prideful, but she's very courageous. But she's like a heavy bag of rocks. She's useless. You just drag her along. So there's lots of things happening here, and the guy's just stuck in the middle. He's like, what do I do with all these crazy women? He doesn't know what to do with them. Does he get rid of them? He can't because there's no one else around to help him. He's kind of useless himself.
Oh, Aqua is great if you put her in a cage as monster bait.
And she's up against the undead or anything that's the opposite of her. She's a holy goddess, so she's water goddess thing, so she could cast heal on all the evil spirits. So yeah, there are some elements where they're strong, but it's just that's the one thing. They always have one redeeming quality which comes out in the end sometimes. Same with Megumin, but because her power is explosion magic, everything blows up. It's kind of the best way to end the story. Just everything blows up and everyone went home in pieces. So repetitive jokes, definitely repetitive style of jokes, but not individual jokes. Not individual.
It's every time it's a new play on the same joke.
Pretty much.
If they are the running gags, a good running gag comes in different iterations.
Yeah, this is
Otherwise, it gets.
This is like arguing Bill Burr jokes about his childhood too much, or being living with a black woman, or whatever his common default is. You could say most of comedy or stand-up comedy is relationships. Oh, it's so boring. The guy's talking about a girl's talking about a guy. Whoop-de-doo. It's like, yeah. And yet, every comedian has their own jokes that make people laugh.
Yeah. It's like with Naga in Slayers, when she starts laughing in her maniacal way, it is the pinnacle of a villain laugh. It terrifies absolutely everyone. And every time she does it, you have different little jokes played on it on how people are terrified and what things happen. But when she starts laughing, people are. The same mechanics are going to happen. And you play it a little differently each time. That's the same in Konosuba with these various characters.
Yeah, I don't remember the names of the other isekais I watched, but there's one very similar to this where this guy is a expert hunter for the guild, and he ends up taking all these apprentices, which are women, and they're all very good at one thing, but just useless in every other thing. And it's
I think I know.
Yeah, he's a guy with a bow, and he's actually trying to get a girlfriend, but he just cannot find anything worthwhile to commit to because all these women are crazy. And it's funny because it's very similar to the setup with Konosuba, but it's not. It is played for laughs, but there's a bit more ecchi into it. There's a bit more seriousness at times because they have to have a plot, and it plays with the whole guild concept a bit more. So, but it works, and it's not great drama. It's not great comedy, but if you like Konosuba format, it's pretty much the same idea. Anyway.
Yeah, and these gags, these running gags, they're just the foundation. It's, as you said before, the actual meat of it is always something else, and there's usually a play on the mechanical in fantasy.
Yeah, the first few episodes were just slice of life, trying to get things going in the world. And I remember they had that routine that was the ongoing joke. They did it like 3 days in a row, in the matter of like 30 seconds. And all of a sudden, he's just like, "What the hell are we doing? What's going on?" He just finally realizes he just keeps doing the same thing over and over again. Anyway.
Yeah, that's proper self-awareness.
Yeah, everything's great. Oh, work day, have a nice meal, go to bed, work all day, have a nice meal, go to bed. It's like, what are we, like, this does not... Yeah, anyway.
This is not an adventure.
Yeah.
That continually get less and less funny the more that they happen. My favorite reoccurring character in Konosuba is what I like to call the gelatinous boob creature, in which women's breasts are animated in such a way as to make it seem like they are alive and have their own free will.
They do. They are alive.
Okay, so she is
boobs
flat.
are characters on their own.
Yeah, so this YouTuber, she is flat, and that's why she doesn't know how boobs work in real life. She's never seen any.
You have heard the Whisp psychoanalysis through the anime review thing on YouTube.
One of the main reasons people enjoy anime, especially young men, is to have attractive girls.
Boobs.
And that involves breasts. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like that, this show is not for you. And we're going to say that a lot of times during this Smudcast because there's nothing else to say to this person. This show is simply not to your tastes.
But if this show is really about boobs, then why isn't it called Boobasuba? Wouldn't that make more sense?
There are plenty of manga and anime. You know how Konosuba has its own little icons of its word Konosuba? Because Konosuba is a play on its own title. And it has these four colored, because they represent the four colors of the four main characters. And there are actual anime and manga that do use breasts as an icon. So it's it's not uncommon for Japanese artists and mangakas to do that because that's what people expect. So it's like, of course you're going to have a female figure or a sword or a shield or whatever the case may be. And that's normal. It's branding, I guess you can call it. Anyway.
They genuinely move on their own. They have their own agenda. They're fucking going all over the place.
Yes, you're right. Have you ever seen women without bras? They tend to have this thing called gravity, and they have this wonderful thing called skin. And there's the whole milk ducts and the milk production. Of course, there's the fat underlying it, the adipose tissue. And if you ever seen a woman walk or run across the street without a bra, you know, because
this also tells us she's not just flat; she also doesn't work out.
That's a good point. And if she did work out, maybe she would do some pull-ups, and her chest.
She would know what a sports bra is for, and why it is so supportive, and why some women wear two sports bras.
Oh, wow! Yeah, no, it doesn't take much, ladies, to exercise and get the figure you're looking for. It does hurt though, so you have to pain.
Yeah, that's what the sports bra is for. Because when the things just flop all over due to too heavy movements, that's painful.
Yeah,
some have that just from
with those tits, don't you?
Some have that just from stomping down the stairs.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with being a larger woman or with large curves, but to say that this is unnatural, no. Guys, get out there, meet some ladies, admiring.
I mean, those ears and the pink hair is kind of natural.
Yeah,
A
this
big
is totally
boobs
normal.
woman, but big boobs with the pink hair, no, unrealistic.
The hair threw me off there for a moment. The ears, no problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you only get big boobs with purple hair, obviously.
Yeah.
No, not even that. All unnatural colored hair with a skinny outfit like that. No.
All right.
Not in this one.
The woman who the boobs are attached
Not in
to
the
doesn't
West.
even have to move at all for them to start, I don't.
They have to move.
I assume that the creators did this to make the audience horny because boobs bouncing around.
Well, not necessarily, but it's nice that the animators put all this effort into animating things like the human figure and decided to do a little bit of fan service.
It's like they knew their audience.
I wonder what she thinks how boobs actually work. Does she only know the hard silicon balloon things that are rigid and don't ever move at all?
Yeah.
No. She's before like the ragdoll physics was invented. So like she's used to like static boobs.
Oh, is she from the last patch of reality?
Yeah, like Gold
did she not
Source engine.
update?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh dear, here we go. Legacy, thanks for the $4.99. The breast in fiction also aids in containing magic and durability. Why do you think the trope boobs of steel exist? You know what? There are some manga that talk about breast size in relation to magical
You
capability.
motherfucker.
They're out there. They people try to incorporate the female and the male bodies into the magical system, or the elves are actually svelte, so they're not attracted to large breasts or to curvy figures, and that's their style. That's how they're raised. And there's all these harem anime or manga that sort of, I'm the most prettiest woman in the world because I'm 103 elf. It's like your little girl. Like, what are you talking about? You look like you're 14. So there are all kinds of wonderful comedy and lore to work with these stories. And if you don't like that, that's great. This story's not for you. That's totally cool. We get it. So, yeah, I think it's more of a joke though with darkness, because we know that Kazuma is attracted to darkness, but every time he thinks about her, he's like, that personality drives him insane. Cannot possibly think of trying to be close to her.
Yeah, there's a lesson here for young men.
Yes, it's a great lesson. Despite being around a lot of attractive girls visually, they're psychopaths. They're crazy. They're out of their minds. And Megumin is probably the most normal, aside from her wanting to blow everything up. So, yeah, a little strange there.
I think it's just boob envy.
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe she just doesn't like
Every time
the attention.
every time you have these young women complain about the boobs of other women, it's always you look at them, you see a real life picture of them, and you go, okay, I see. So it's not that Freud was wrong. It's not that women have penis envy. They have their own type of sexual envy.
Well, I always go back to the analysis of the live-action Cowboy Bebop and how the actress thought, well, I don't have double Ds or whatever. It's like, it's not about that. We just want you to look like the person resembling the thing we like, which happens to be a female form. And
maybe also the character.
Oh, the personality would certainly help. My God, they changed so much in that story. So it doesn't hurt when you get the visuals working exactly the way they should. And if she thinks these dynamics of bags of milk are wrong, the guys aren't complaining. The show this is for, they're like, yeah, this is great. What's the problem?
I would like make a comparison of like Henry Cavill as Superman, because like I feel like he was like perfectly cast, but the material was not doing him any justice.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, yeah, when you think of Man of Steel, because they got this amazing cast. Even Jonathan Kent was perfect, and the lines of dialogue, the themes they were working with were fine. It's like, yes, he's carrying around Play-Doh. That's perfect. That's what would an alien from another world who's super smart and strong and being taught to be the best there is in humanity. Yeah, of course he'd read philosophy. He'd read all this history of the world to learn about what it means to be virtuous. And
Yeah, but at the end, it all amounts to like, let me die.
This tornado is gonna kill my dad. I should let him die because
I should save the dog.
just like,
A very important dog.
Oh,
And
yeah.
by the way, please kill the kids.
let the kids die. Maybe.
Let the kids die.
Jonathan Kent cannot give the moral answer to his son when he asks him, "What should I do?" Which is good.
He should have been like the moral campus, but like, well, whatever.
It is sad to see that, and I know what they were trying to do, but they did it with the wrong character. Unfortunately, it was very weird delivery from Jonathan Kent.
Yeah. So like the live action Cowboy Bebop is like both the worst options. That like it's bad dialogue and bad casting.
Oh God, yeah. Bad character design. Well, I mean, the outfits were pretty good.
Not Faye was the only character who had a changed outfit
Yeah.
of all the other ones, and like they ran with the narrative that like we had to change the designs to like fit a modern audience. But like, is it now? Like, why is Spike going around with like a suit?
Yeah,
If you want to make it practical.
if they explained like Faye was on the run and she just grabbed whatever she could find, or what she grabbed was like this really durable outfit so she can do flips and rolls and she wouldn't get hurt. Like, I don't know, a police outfit or something. I don't know, whatever scenario she's in that would cause her to require all this padding and cover her body up. It's like, okay, fair. That you explained the outfit even though it's not exact. But what happens when she gets dressed up and she gets like blood and all this crap on her body? It's like, that's not what I remember. I think Faye got blood once when she was tied up and Spike shot a guy and his blood splatter hit her face.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, oh geez, that makes sense. But that never happened. So, well, a lot of things never happened in that show. Anyway.
Ground is usually hot, but somehow Konosuba fucked that up as well. After watching Konosuba, I no longer find the human body attractive.
Oh, shut up. Are you trying to tell me when you watch an anime, your entire interest in the female form is gone? Bravo. You are the most pathetic human, the most influential female I have ever seen, which means we can tie you to a chair and have you watch Trigun, and you'll be a conservative Christian in 10 episodes or whatever the case may be. This is so silly. What nonsense is this?
She hates herself.
Konosuba ruined my childhood. Like, okay. My adult life is ruined. My sex life is ruined. Blah, blah.
Konosuba is the worst thing since my son.
She's not being hyperbolic at all, folks.
Disgusts and repulses me. Konosuba's other jokes include screaming,
Right.
crying, and moaning. Usually, Aqua is the one who screams and cries, but
It's not a joke. She's actually screaming and crying because she's afraid.
Yeah, and she's a horrible. She's just horrible.
She's a crybaby. She's a spoiled princess. She's
Yeah.
out of her element. She doesn't know how to grow up because she's stuck in that goddess world or whatever. She's
Yeah, and that's not necessarily the joke. It's not necessarily funny to watch her like that. It's just that because of that, we are fine with her being put into horrible situations that we then find funny because it can make us think, yeah, she deserves that.
Yeah, and Kazuma is the guy who has to put up with this crap.
Mhm.
He has to deal with that. It's like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna go crazy on her? Is he gonna let her go? Is he gonna forgive her? Like, what's the guy gonna do? So there's reason for us to watch this, and if you can't relate to a crybaby or a child asking for something or not being able to deal with reality, I mean, you're never gonna have kids. You're never gonna get used to children. You're never gonna be around adults that if they get older, if they cry, what are you going to do? Like, you have no concept of humanity. and how to deal with them socially, at least. So this is a very bad video so far. Not about Konosuba, but about the character of the presenter making these hyperbolic claims, admitting they're not hyperbolic. I still hate that. It drives me nuts that these people. I'm gonna die. I'm really gonna die, guys. If you make me watch that show, I'm gonna die. You're like, oh, okay, let's watch the show and see what happens. I'm gonna cut myself. Like, oh, here's a knife. Your body, buddy. Anyway.
Kazuma is also known to scream. The joke is they are being loud and annoying.
No.
The character that moans is Darkness, one of the worst characters in anime history, and, if given the chance, a character I would viciously attack like a rabid dog if I was able to get close to.
Wait a second.
I think I completely lost this person at this point.
She is now admitting that she would be violently attacking a character if they were real. This is not like, a history of World War I or II or whatever. This is a cutie fun anime story about going to another world and trying to get by these crazy girls around you.
Yeah. Don't put your dick in crazy, guys. Okay, can we go to the last 2 minutes? I don't think we're gonna miss too much.
She's going to be constantly digging her hole further and further down into her
Quite literally, yeah.
insanity. We are no longer watching a video about an anime and her opinion about it. She is trying very hard to upstage herself with each new minute, saying,
yeah,
this is the worst thing ever. No, really, this is the worst thing ever. There's hell and there's all these other, this is worse than that, and she just keeps going on and on.
Well, this could be like named My Struggle with Konosuba.
And then we kill all the animators, and then we burn all their houses. We hunt down the family members.
All the 6 million Konosuba episodes.
That's what this is going to escalate. How would I appease my bloodlust? It's like, okay, well,
what is wrong with this person?
We build nuclear bombs and we drop them on Japan again. I mean, that's the solution, right? That's what we have to do to appease her non-hyperbolic statements here. Okay, we're gonna go for another minute, and we're gonna go back to the end because
okay,
this is very childish.
Her. Unfortunately, I can't even have the satisfaction of hurting her because her whole entire character is getting turned.
Okay, I think we're done with that.
Yeah,
she is doubling down on her desire for violence. We do, guys. Whenever you encounter,
at least she gets the joke.
Yeah, but whenever you encounter someone in life who wants to hurt someone and then repeats that statement, you get the hell out of there. Mm-hmm. Either get the hell out of there, you grab something hard, or you contact the police. This is not proper etiquette for communication. I don't care.
This would lead to this person would lead to an abusive relationship in which you get beaten up.
I don't know where she learned to talk like this. Clearly, she's joking around, but you don't do that. You don't do that when you say, "I'm not joking around." You're like, "What? I'm not being hyperbolic."
I've met too many borderliners that are so sadistic that they mean this shit.
Oh, I know, but this is. Oh, that went too far. Let me just rewind a bit. Okay, here we go. So 2 minutes left of a psychopath. Here we go.
Expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
What the hell?
Wow.
Some part of a joke.
To battle the number of whom is at the sand of the sea. And they went up on the bread
this
of
is
the
so
earth
funny.
And
I can't even read the subtitles.
Beloved city, and fire came down from God. Shall be tormented day and night.
This is some joke about how bad Konosuba is,
so
that it triggers the apocalypse.
Yeah,
or
she
something.
escalated her violence, and she just kept doing that for the rest of the video until now. She's talking about the second coming of apocalypse. I don't know.
I can understand that, like, you can be quite emotional when you see like a bad media, even though like I kind of felt like kind of extreme with like the live action Cowboy Bebop, but I would never wish harm upon them or any of those people. I just want them to have like a reality check, like what the fuck they were doing. But like Konosuba doesn't have like any of those intentions that they were just making a deconstruction of something that exists. Like maybe like the comedy genre, but not in a way that like the Netflix Cowboy Bebop did.
Yeah,
They weren't really like raping the entire media that they were trying to adapt, supposedly.
Yeah, if they did this with the actual show and called it season 3, that would be a problem. But because it's an adaptation,
Picard season 3.
yeah, if they gave the rights to Netflix and then they did the animation and the storytelling, you'd be like, oh boy, that's gonna be weird. But because they licensed it for whatever they bought it for and made an adaptation, it's like that means anyone who's not involved or was asked to come around and wasn't have no say. So the what's his name, the creator of Bebop, when he saw the live adaptation, he was like, "Whoa, I would never have signed off on this if I knew this was going to happen." So that's where we know, yeah, they screwed up. She thinks this is the worst thing ever, so she's putting on a show for everyone. And she's pushed it a bit too far, I think. This is dumb.
Konosuba is without a doubt one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. It was pure joy from.
All right, yeah, we're done.
What is this about?
I think she was doing some brainwashing joke or something.
I don't care.
We would have had to watch that part, but honestly, this is garbage.
Yeah, this is trash. There's no point. She's not funny. She's not being ironic. This is sad. I don't know why. If this is all you're going to do is try to make a funny about this in a contradictory way, why did you have a 10-minute video? You could have done this in 30 seconds. You could have said, "Oh, I hate this. But I really like Aqua." The end. And it's like, "Oh."
So
like
what? Wait, she didn't even do the video. Like all she did was just record herself and write the script. Like someone else did this. That's amazing.
Oh, so she took Aqua and she turned her into a green character with orange hair.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really don't care. I have no reason to watch this. There's no value. There's no analysis. It's just her trying to be funny, or I don't even know what she's trying to do, and I don't really care. So
Even Hawk's 9/11 jokes are better.
yeah, that was sad. So I hope there's no memes for this, because all you're going to do is show a crazy person trying to be funny, and that works out very well. Let's see what we got. If any, I'll just pop in on the stream memes. We do have some. All right. Let's check them out. I'm not sure why we have a meme of Razor Fist. Is he always right? No, he's not. Of course not.
No, he's not. No, not at all.
He has some good takes. He has some bad takes. He's pretty well.
He's a pretty 50-50 guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't talk about anything personal, and like he's not gonna lose his mind.
Darkness is best girl. Okay. Everyone has their favorites. And here we have her doing.
If you have paid attention or just noticed it from the boob physics in the show, in this fantasy world, bras have not been invented.
Well, we have boob plate. I think we've got all kinds of armor.
Yeah, that's the closest thing, but actually, it's all free floating.
The Dems have sunk solo. They can play tetherball with Susan Sarandon's tits.
Who is Susan Sarandon?
You don't know Susan Sarandon? Was she the actress in Alien?
Which one?
The first one. Am I wrong?
First one.
Sigourney Weaver. Sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one from the first one.
Susan Sarandon. What is she famous for? Thelma and Louise. Stepmom. I don't know her films. I can't say, but once you see her face, you recognize her.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
All right. Let's keep going. Here we got... Oh, what is that? I can't tell. Does anyone know what that is? Orange background. What am I looking at? Razor Fist and the Razor Force in Pokemon.
Okay.
I'm speechless. What do I...
I never played any Pokemon games after Red.
All right, Legacy. I'm not only putting down the trope, but also Hela in Hulk versus Thor, where Loki's daughter dwarfs Thor, who's 6'4". Her cups must be sky father level. So here we have the boobs of steel. Okay. We have the Final Fantasy VII girls.
It's just normal. That's just normal proportions in this edgy art style.
Oh, she's wearing
what? You know, cups are measured in proportion, not in whatever you believe.
So there's the what's her face from the animation, and then we have
Tifa obviously has the biggest ones.
Yeah. All right. What the audio quality sounds like in this video, and they're speaking with cans and string. Yeah, it's hard to describe exactly what she was doing with her audio there. Whisp in Pokemon. What?
I disavow.
That's a bit weird.
Is that a cat in the hat?
What's this? Since Razor Fist is in memes, the illusion of free choice blank, growing a beard, clean shave, getting mocked on the internet is in between. What? Is that?
It's deep Razor Fist lore. If you mock him about his opinions on a clean shave or whatever, then he's gonna block you on Twitter.
Because he can't grow a beard?
Well, he did, I think. Like a few days ago, I saw a video of him with the beard. So he's a strange man.
There's nothing wrong with not being able to grow a beard or having a beard. Sometimes I think beards
No. Like his opinion was that like anyone who has a beard is like using it, even though it has been ruined by soy boys, because there's the soy beard. So that means that inherently all the beards are soy. Don't ask me how that logic works. But
beards have it's the cooties.
It's Nazi.
Razor Fist is a child who still plays the cooties game.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with a beard. I have seen rather unkempt ones, which I don't like.
I mean, like, if you just look at his white ass face, like, is that really like, can he be not a Nazi then? Because like those people were very white too. I can't play that game too.
Oh dear,
it's a beard envy.
Well, if you guys can grow a beard, go for it. If you're okay and you're that kind of guy to not have any neuroticisms about you about thousands of little hairs growing all over your face or your neck. Good for you. Some people can't do it.
I barely shave myself to save some money, you know.
Oh, really?
I gotta save that $1 a month. Yeah. So I can drink more.
That
$5. A beard keeps you warm in winter, especially since now we're all not allowed to heat anymore.
Oh dear. Yeah.
It's almost May. Winter is long over, Whisp.
Yeah, and if it's big enough, you can. The Holies of Ice are still in front of us. They're still coming.
ISIS? What?
You have the Saints of Ice in Hungary too.
I don't have it. No, I don't believe in those fucking things, Whisp. I'm a Catholic. Shut up.
They are Catholic saints.
They are not. What are you making up here? Is this some kind of like German witchcraft?
No, it's the Saints of Ice.
Saints of Ice.
Yeah, it's because they
Vanilla Ice.
No. It's really dumb. It's just that these saints have their name days on the regularly really cold days of May.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah, we have a cold wave each year in May, and it is during those very days. So it's the Saints of Ice for some reason.
All right.
Whew. Well, that was
Pretty cool.
not even an hour, guys. So what a horrible video, and I'm not offended by it. Just there's nothing to work with, and I don't like people being hyperbolic and saying they're not being hyperbolic, and then exaggerating, and then whatever version of comedy this is like, ha ha ha, this really funny show I don't find funny. Here's my brand of funny, guys. Laugh at my jokes. Like, no.
But she's a nice person. She said so.
Oh yeah, that's right. That must be the case. Sure. Anyway, God, yeah, I wish we could have worked with something. And it's one thing to have criticism, and this was not it. This was just hate. Trying to be funny, which does not work. I come from a background of rage when I like something, and it's because I like it so much, and then I realize the thing I like is crap. That's what I get angry at. So that's why I put a lot of effort into my videos, which hasn't been a while, so I don't get angry too often. So I'm pretty chill these days. Maybe it's the medication I'm on. I don't know. So relaxed.
The medication called alcohol.
that would probably, after a few years, that would probably answer a few things. It takes me a lot to be concerned. Even Picard season 3, I'm like, okay, this is shit, but people are enjoying it, and I don't see a huge problem until I saw the last few clips. And I was like, ooh, God, that is shit.
I mean, it ended with like what we were expecting, that it's only women now.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, like Picard retired and like
Again?
Give it again. Yes,
The third
for
time.
reals this time.
Fourth time, yeah.
Until the next 5 years when they gonna grab his ass
It was
back
like
to
97.
captaincy. Yeah. I did see like the Strange New Words trailer that they introduced Kirk in there.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's bad. Like you're gonna cry.
That's the only show I have hope for, is Strange New Worlds for the Star Trek.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Oh, you have hope. That means you can still be heard.
a new hope.
Well, we had a wonderful Death Star run with, was it episode 10, season 3?
Yes.
So who knew the largest ship in the fleet could maneuver like that? That's incredible. And it's
Yeah,
30
and
years old or whatever.
what Data had fun. Like he was like doing it like an amusement park, something like that. It was so silly.
Well, I'll eventually do something about it. I said I would, so I just have to watch the first few episodes again and see why I was turned off. And talk about science fiction. That's always a joy when talking about television or streaming shows, how they're ruining the genre. So
Well, we could be reading more good mangas. How about that?
I do that every day, so it doesn't, I can take a break. No
Oh,
problem.
okay.
Yeah. I should probably start my own series. Just what am I reading this week? And I'll just list all the hundreds of manga.
That would be great.
I
Yeah.
can't remember because the names are so long and weird. And I should probably just do that because I have this bookmark of hundreds and hundreds of manga. I find new ones
Yeah.
every day, and they're all cool. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks, guys, for watching. That was a pretty sad anime day, but we did what we could, and our patience sort of got the better of us, or did not get the better of us, rather. So we had to bail on that video. So keep them coming. I mean, that was a bad take, and we do appreciate bad takes, but that was just unworthy of listening to. So give it a downvote. I'm telling you to go watch that video. If you like it, give it an upvote. If you don't like it, give it a downvote. I'm going to go give it a downvote because that's my opinion. But as always, have a great time. Thank you for your suggestion. Keep the voting going. We will talk to you soon. Have yourself a great Monday, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Night.